Okay, good evening, Bios Baptist Church. I know you haven't heard me in a long time, well, except for when I had to cut in for Roderick on Wednesday, I believe. Just kicked a bug in between those bridge. It's not a big drop. We replaced our ridges of the pulpit floor today. You see what happens when you follow God's rules in the Bible? He blesses you, right? The pulpit walls, the pulpit ridges, as we call them, are replaced. Now the pulpit looks nicer, right? So they're doing construction work back there. I don't know what, but tell you one thing, church looks a lot nicer. We got a new tree, dogwood tree. So that's not why I'm here. I am here today to wrap up the lesson summary on revenge. So God's wrath. There's some loose bricks in here too. So can ignorant people incur God's wrath? We talked so much about this lesson this week. If you look back on Monday, why do humans love to get revenge? And then you look at Tuesday. Well, you get the point. You go through the week, you'll see many demonstrations of revenge. The Christian way of getting revenge. Why do people get revenge? When you are supposed to get revenge, why you shouldn't get revenge? Well, guess what? I am moving on tomorrow to the last part of our sermon because we teach here at Bios Baptist Church turn the other cheek, but I felt like we kind of ran through this sermon. We kind of autopiloted through the class. We kind of went in the class, sat down, listened to the teacher, and then left. We didn't fully marinate on what was said throughout the course. And that's just my honest opinion about it. That's just, how I felt. I don't want to be harsh. I just want to be very, honest. When we do a lesson series, it's for your own safety and for your own good. It's not for me to berate our staff members or to berate the public, but it is to improve the lives of those people and our people. And when I say those people, the people who are on the outside of Christianity, and our people, those people who are the inside of Christianity. So, when we say that, we mean we cannot take the whole ideology, because who would want to come here every day and hear something as good as don't have a lot of wrath in your system. It's a hard pill to swallow, I should say. It's a hard subject. We don't talk about it outside the classroom. We hear it, and then we leave, and then we don't talk about it. No one. We talk about it in the classroom. But this is not a lesson that is ever talked about inside of the lobbies. This is not a lesson that is talked about in the hallways. People don't talk about this lesson outside of the church. They keep it to the class. This is not jury duty. When you go to jury duty, then you can only talk about the case when you're in the courtroom. No. As long as you're here, you'll take what you heard and talk about it outside of where you heard it. You heard me say, don't get revenge unless God tells you to. Everybody outside tells you, turn the other cheek. Don't ever have wrath in your heart. Don't ever get back at anybody. Don't ever get revenge. If somebody does something, don't ever do it back. Guess what? I just says if God didn't tell you to do it back, don't do it back. There is out. There's a time and a place for everything, and I teach that. We're not going to say, well, guess what? We're not going to say, well, our financial officer took $2,000 of our church money and buy heroin, so we shouldn't kick her out of the church because it's a sin to kick people out of church. No, we will kick people out of the church if they ever come into church and do that. Positive. But we talk about this so fiercely in the room. What did Anastasia say? Somebody killed this person. I don't know how she gets so severe and she's only 10. Kill off a member of this person's family. You don't go and do it back. You report it to the state, and then if the state feels that the state should kill that member's family, then the state does what the state wants to do. If the IV needle slips out in the middle of the execution 6 or 7 times, then you know that's not God. Then you know God's will is for that person to not die. Now, you know I said that part. You know why? Because the Bible says, thou shalt not kill. But, take a look at this. God punishes people to death. So, but they saying but they say that when any time people take wrath, it doesn't matter how simple a wrath is. Anytime you take wrath, and I'm saying it too, that's us trying to play God, because only God is allowed to take revenge. As a matter of fact, that is us playing God, because only God is allowed to take revenge. God uses means to get revenge. If God did not tell you to get revenge, I mean, you pick up hot things with your oven mitts, right? Not with your bare hands. You gotta use the oven mitts. God did not did God did not ordain you as the revenge taker? Why are you taking the revenge? Your hands are not off limits. Why are you using your hands to touch hot things? You will be punished, and it's obvious, because you're going to get yourself burned. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Take a look. Now let's just move on. Let's keep summarizing. People take revenge because, and then guess what? People don't think when they're taking revenge. They don't think. Now, we're not calling people stupid. We're saying that they just don't know. They're angry when they take revenge. So it's not that they don't know what they're doing. They're so concentrating on being angry that they just don't know. Now you see that red tree up there? Isn't it weird that God knows exactly how many leaves to put on that tree so that when it grows, it gets the amount of coverage that it needs? Because it's not going to always be red or brown. Eventually it's going to turn green. That's a green tree. And then it's going to turn back red again in the summer. God knows exactly how many leaves to put on that tree. He's so amazing that I'm getting off track with his creation. So, when we look at this plot point about people not thinking before they go and get revenge, you throw away good stuff. Because if you look at solitary confinement, it's enough to make people go insane. Right? Now, we're not going to stay on this too long because it's not church related. But, yet still, it's making people insane, but they keep putting people on it. It doesn't help. It doesn't make them behave. It makes them behave worse. But they keep putting people on it. So, come to think of it, every time you throw gas on a fire, the fire grows. Your punishment is to every time you see a fire, is to throw gas on it. You throw gas on the fire is going to grow. And then the fire grows, you throw gas on it again, the fire is going to grow, you start the fire grow, you throw gas on it again. That's what punishment does to humans. You keep upsetting them, punishment makes people upset. The cycle never ends, because punishment is revenge. God punishes you because he loves you. We punish out of hate. So you could tell who's punishing. It's easy to tell who's punishing. If the punishment is out of hate, it's God. If the punishment is out of caring, if the punishing is out of hate, it's the devil. If the punishing is out of love, it's God. I'm so busy looking at something else that I'm saying the wrong word and didn't realize it until I couldn't find anywhere to put the love. And I'm saying, I thought I just said God. So if the punishing is out of hate, it's the devil. If the punishing is out of love, it's God. And think about it now. It doesn't have to always be your parents. It could be anybody. God uses people just to punish, just like how he uses people to bless. He got to set you back on the right track. Now, they don't have to be all pleased when they're doing it. They could be angry and miserable in the process of it, but it's designed to set you back on the right track. Don't think somebody could be cussing you out while they're punishing you, and it's designed to set you back on the right track. It's called tough love. If you notice it, that's what it's there for. And some people see that and get revenge on that. I used to do it years ago, but then again, I never gotten any of that. Matter of fact, I used to plot revenge on it, saying if I ever get that, I'm gonna see them need medical attention and don't call 911 one day. Matter of fact, I told someone that, and I got kicked out of BIOS for a whole month. The stuff I did when I was a resident here. So, yeah, when you're young, you make a lot of mistakes. But as you grow, you mature. But, here's the thing. Ignorance. Pride. You gotta let go of that pride that you develop the older you get. Here's the thing that develops with age. Pridefulness. Now, pridefulness is a skill. Have you ever heard me say pridefulness is a skill that has to be developed? It's not something that you unlearn. It's not something you're born with. Pridefulness is a skill that has to be developed. The older you get, the more prideful, especially if you practice it and it's never stopped. You develop pridefulness. You develop pridefulness. So the older you get, the more prideful you become. Kids don't have this. That's why you have the, oh, I'm not going to give you a birthday present. I don't love you. I don't love you. I forgot, their voices are high-pitched. Oh, you'll get a birthday present. Oh, I love you. That's why you have that. Whereas you go to a teenager, oh, I'm not going to give you a birthday present. Oh, I hate you. And then you come back 5 minutes later. Oh, I changed my mind. I'm going to give you a birthday present. Okay, good. I'm waiting for the I love you. You're not getting it. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. But you did that prank in the first place. They can't get past the prank. They're not going to get past what you did. Oh, no. They're not getting past that. What you did was unforgivable. So, that forgiveness does not sit with teenagers. And with the adults, they get it back. It kind of come back as an adult. They kind of get it back. But then again, but as an adult, some get it back, some do. But then here's the thing though. As an adult, it's both. They let it pile up, and then when they decide that they're not gonna forgive you, it's final. That's it. It's final. We need to get back to that 5-year-old I was talking about, where as soon as it's done, it's done. The teenager is no good, as even when it's done, it's not over. Even when it's time to even when it's time to forgive, he ain't gonna forgive you. The adult, they let it pile up. Oh, you think they're gonna forgive you, but they'll bring it back. They'll bring it back eventually. Just like, yeah, oh really? You wait. The older they get, then they'll start saying, okay, I'll let this go, I'll let that go. And then when they get old, that's when they start having patience. So some of them don't even get upset in the first place. You have two groups. One group don't hold grudges, one group do. It depends what they did as a kid. If you're part of Bios Baptist Church, get used to having to teach me not to hold grudges. You're going to have to do a lot of teaching. But guess what, though? That's good. I'm willing to learn. Because guess what? It's not my job. Because the more you're not willing to forgive, the more prideful you are. When you're prideful, you're not going to forgive. Now let's take a look at this last one here. Now remember, this is a lesson summary. So lesson summary, this is going pretty long for a lesson summary. I can't turn back that way because First Lady Sinclair's standing right there with the grill, so I can't go back. Okay. Okay. Finally, brothers and sisters, why do people get revenge? Finally, brothers and sisters, well, this isn't a bulleted lesson. Hold on, it's on this last sheet. Okay, here it is. And those who do follow through on this whole entire lesson will be blessed with better relationships. Yeah, so there is social benefits. Social benefits to this. Now, we didn't talk much about social benefits, but here they are. Now, I kind of waited until the end to present this because this is not really the church part. We didn't talk much about social benefits. But what do I mean by social benefits? You'll have more friends. When I say social benefits, I mean because there's a time where, look at this, some people would be married today if they would stop getting revenge on each other. There's these two people I know, girlfriend and boyfriend, who got revenge on each other. Just got up, they were at a restaurant. Guess what? The wife, the girlfriend did something that the boyfriend didn't like. It's an illustration. Rather than deal with it, boyfriend just got up, got in his car, and drove off. A few weeks later, boyfriend called the girlfriend for another date. What did you think happened? The answer was going to be, No. After you done left me there? No. It's a good example. After you done left me at the restaurant? No way. Matter of fact, some people done moved out just to spite their spouse. It's just to spite them. So what do you think? What's going to be the answer when they ask to come back? No. We, as a human race, need to learn how to forgive and forget. We learned it. We didn't have to, we understood it as young children. Why did we forget it when we became older? Something to think about. Because vengeance, inappropriate vengeance, costed us a lot of relationships. And relationships, which is going to be next week's sermon, is very important. We need relationships in order to survive in the Christian world, not in the regular world, but in the Christian world, because that's the only way we are able to traffic blessings. Blessings are trafficked through Christians. And we can't do that if there is nobody to ship the blessings through. Just like it's like UPS not having planes or trucks. If UPS don't have